I just watched the deeply personal video that Princess Catherine released to mark her 44th birthday, and here are 3 things that you might have missed. Number 1, the video, which is the final instalment of her Mother Nature series, shows Catherine on an early morning walk in Berkshire, close to her home in Windsor. I think this gives us a unique insight into the Princess of Wales's daily routine and how big a role that nature plays in it. In the video, Catherine admits, even in the coldest, darkest season, winter has a way of bringing us stillness, patience and quiet consideration, where the stream slows just enough for us to see our own reflection. Very moving words indeed. Number 2, the film was made and produced by Will Wall, Catherine's trusty videographer, who has worked with her and her young family on at least 6 occasions in the last 3 years. Interestingly, Will has a very successful travel and food TikTok account of his own, perhaps showing the royal family's willingness to reach out to younger royal watchers. What I find really interesting about it is in the past, on a senior member of the royal family's birthday, we might expect a new royal portrait, photograph, but here's something very different, and to me it really shows Catherine's efforts to modernise royal relations. And the third and final thing you may not have noticed about Catherine's birthday video is the subtle reference she made to her health journey. The Princess of Wales said she was deeply grateful to discover what it means to be alive. Royal commentators, including my colleague Rebecca English, have suggested that Catherine's cancer battle was more serious than we were first led to believe. This touching video is a reminder of what a relief it is to see Catherine return to royal engagements and resume her rightful place at the very heart of the royal family. If you want more of our expert analysis, go to the Daily Mail Royals page on YouTube.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for joining us once again. Whether you're a long-time member of our community or discovering this channel for the very first time, we're delighted to have you here. There is something fascinating about the way public perception changes. Most of the time, we don't notice it happening. There is no grand announcement, no official declaration, no single moment that signals a turning point. Instead, the change unfolds gradually, almost invisibly, through countless small interactions that occur every day. A word begins appearing more frequently. A title that once seemed unfamiliar starts showing up in headlines. A phrase that people rarely use suddenly becomes commonplace. Before long, what once felt unusual becomes accepted as the norm. History is filled with examples of this phenomenon. Public figures, institutions, and even entire movements have experienced shifts in perception, not because of one major event, but because of thousands of small moments that slowly changed the conversation. In today's digital age, those moments often take place in comment sections. Many people dismiss comments as unimportant. They assume that messages left beneath news articles, social media posts and videos have little impact on the broader conversation. Yet there are times when those seemingly insignificant interactions appear to influence the way people speak, write, and even think. That brings us to today's story. A growing number of royal watchers believe they are witnessing a real-world example of how consistent, respectful corrections can influence media coverage. The subject of that discussion is none other than Catherine, Princess of Wales. According to many of her supporters, years of encouraging journalists, editors, and social media users to refer to her by her proper title may finally be paying off. The latest example emerged following coverage of one of the most important ceremonial events on the royal calendar, the annual Garter Day procession in Windsor, England. For those unfamiliar with the event, Garter Day is steeped in centuries of history and tradition. The Order of the Garter is Britain's oldest and most prestigious order of chivalry, founded by King Edward III in the 14th century. Each year, members gather at Windsor Castle for a ceremonial procession that showcases the monarchy's connection to its rich historical heritage. The event attracts significant media attention, and this year's ceremony was no exception. As photographs from Windsor began circulating around the world, royal fans immediately took notice of Catherine's appearance. Dressed in an elegant cream ensemble and matching wide-brimmed hat, she once again demonstrated the grace and sophistication that have become hallmarks of her public image. Standing alongside Prince William, Catherine appeared confident, composed, and fully at ease as she participated in one of the monarchy's most cherished traditions. The photographs quickly spread across social media platforms, generating admiration from royal supporters around the globe. Yet, while many people focused on the images themselves, another detail sparked an entirely different conversation. The caption. E! News shared the photographs with a description that referred to her as Catherine, Princess of Wales. At first glance, that may seem like an ordinary choice of words. After all, that is her official title. However, for long-time royal observers, the wording represented something much larger. For years, supporters have noticed that many media organisations continued to refer to Catherine by names associated with earlier chapters of her life. While such references were often made without any negative intent, many royal followers felt that they no longer reflected her current role within the monarchy. As Catherine's responsibilities increased and her position within the royal family evolved, supporters argued that media coverage should evolve as well. Rather than criticising journalists or demanding change, many chose a different approach. They politely corrected articles. They respectfully commented beneath social media posts. They encouraged fellow users to adopt more accurate terminology. Again and again, they emphasised the same point. Catherine is the Princess of Wales. What seemed like a small effort gradually became a widespread practice among royal communities online. At first, some people questioned whether such corrections could make any difference. After all, major media organisations have established editorial standards and style guides. Why would they pay attention to comments from readers? Yet over time, supporters began noticing subtle changes. More outlets started using Catherine's official title. More headlines adopted the wording. More commentators followed suit. And now many believe the latest E! News post is another indication that the trend is continuing. The significance of this goes far beyond a title. Names and titles carry meaning. They communicate status, responsibility, and identity. Within the British monarchy, titles are not merely ceremonial labels. They reflect constitutional roles, historical traditions, and the structure of the institution itself. When King Charles III ascended the throne following the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, a number of important changes occurred. One of the most significant involved Prince William. As heir to the throne, William became the Prince of Wales. Consequently, Catherine became the Princess of Wales. It was a title with immense historical significance. For many people around the world, the title immediately evokes memories of Diana, Princess of Wales. Diana's legacy remains powerful decades after her passing, and any individual who assumes the title inevitably attracts public attention and scrutiny. Catherine understood this reality from the beginning. Rather than attempting to replicate anyone who came before her, she has spent years building her own identity within the role. Patiently and consistently, she has developed a reputation for professionalism, dedication, and stability. Observers often point to her calm demeanour during public engagements, her commitment to charitable work, and her ability to navigate intense media attention with remarkable composure. These qualities have contributed significantly to her popularity. In many public opinion surveys conducted over recent years, Catherine has consistently ranked among the most admired members of the royal family. Her appeal extends beyond the United Kingdom. Across Europe, North America, Africa, Asia and beyond, she has become a recognizable symbol of continuity and modern royal service. Part of that growing recognition is reflected in the language people use to describe her. Supporters argue that the increasing use of Catherine, Princess of Wales, demonstrates a broader acknowledgement of her current position within the monarchy. In other words, the title is not simply becoming more common because people are being corrected. It is becoming more common because Catherine herself has grown into the role. Her public image has evolved. Her responsibilities have expanded. Her influence has increased. And public language is gradually catching up with that reality. The reaction to the e-news post highlighted this sentiment perfectly. Across social media, many supporters celebrated what they viewed as another step toward greater accuracy in royal reporting. Some pointed out that respectful engagement appears to be having an effect. Others noted that the change reflects Catherine's growing stature on the international stage. Still others simply expressed appreciation for seeing her referred to by the title she currently holds. Regardless of one's personal views on the monarchy, the discussion offers an interesting case study in how public discourse evolves. It demonstrates that language matters. It shows that perception can change over time. And perhaps most importantly, it reminds us that even small actions can contribute to larger cultural shifts. A polite correction may seem insignificant. A brief comment beneath a social media post may appear unlikely to influence anything. Yet, when thousands of people consistently engage in those actions over a period of years, the cumulative effect can become impossible to ignore. That may very well be what we're witnessing today. Whether this trend continues remains to be seen. But for supporters of Catherine, Princess of Wales, the growing number of media outlets adopting her official title is being viewed as evidence that persistence, patience, and respectful advocacy can produce meaningful results. And as Catherine continues her journey toward becoming Britain's future Queen Consort, it seems increasingly likely that the public conversation surrounding her will continue to evolve as well. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now we'd love to hear from you. Have you noticed more media outlets referring to her as Catherine, Princess of Wales? Do you think using official royal titles is important, or do you believe common public usage should take precedence? Share your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. We always enjoy reading your perspectives and hearing from our incredible community. If you enjoyed today's discussion, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our latest royal updates and commentary. Thank you for watching, thank you for your support, and until next time, we'll see you in the next video.